motorcades. I got a show today. That's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers and throw away. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. All in the solo way. What's up, y'all? Hit that like button. You finna go in today. I just need you to answer that question. We're gonna call it the thing. They think they're gonna call it the truth. I just paid all of my dues. Now my name all in the news. And I don't do this for nothing. Now, what's up, Mr. Bones? Yeah, I don't do this shit for nothing. Shout out to my boy Mob. Choppers that throw away. Yeah. Shout out Nipsey Hussle, man. Rest in peace. Not at all. I don't do this shit for nothing, y'all. Not at all, bro. So, you know, hustle and motivate. I'm here to hustle and motivate. Rest in peace, Nip. I'm in my Nipsey Hussle mode this morning, man. Hustle and motivate. Let's go. Back in this bitch like I never left. Y'all not understanding what that man just said. He stand for some shit that you never rap. You understand me? But I'm not here to just talk about Nip, man. Rest in peace, Nip. What's up, everybody in the chat? What's going on? It's your boy DT3 the Boom, man. I thought I'd just go live real quick and just let the people know, man, that Deontay Wilder, you ain't my king. And as far as I'm concerned, you ain't no king. A real king, you know, has real people behind him. A real king, shoot, even some of the worst kings wouldn't have made the excuses that you've made. So you're nobody that I can ever get behind, that I will ever support, because you are a man that lack integrity. You'll never tell the truth about a situation, regardless of the situation. And there's no way I could support that. No way. The fact that you got your ass whooped by Tyson Fury and you made all these fucking excuses, all these different reasons and ramifications of why you lost and why this happened the way it happened and all that, bro, it's a bunch of bogus bullshit. Exactly, Unrivaled. Hold up. Shout out Unrivaled Box Talking News, man. What's up, Red Glove? What's up, Babs? What's up, everybody? What's up, Martin? Exactly, Unrivaled. What king and warrior can't carry armor into battle? Period. Wilder is not my king. At this point, I see Wilder getting his ass whooped again, a third time, if he, since he wants to exercise the rematch clause. A lot of these LDBC cats is making excuses for him, trying to justify why he lost and all that. That's a bunch of bogus bullshit between all of y'all. All of you LDBC Wilder fans, y'all all are a bunch of suckers. Y'all don't even support your man the way you're supposed to support him. There is no way that Tyson Fury should have more people in attendance at the fight than Deontay Wilder fans, and he's supposed to be the American heavyweight champion. There's no way that's supposed to happen like that. Deontay Wilder is the American heavyweight. Well, he was the American heavyweight champion of the world, and yet and still, what's up, 1-2 kid? And even when he was heavyweight champion of the world, a lot of his fan base wasn't coming to his fights. Wilder didn't sell out the Staples Center. Wilder didn't even sell out in Alabama. He didn't sell out the Barclays. He didn't sell out nothing. Nothing. What's up, Double M? He didn't sell out nothing. Yet and still, you guys get on this internet and feel free, man. Hold up. I'm sending this link out for Double M. If Double M want to slide on, feel free. Only like for Double M and Unrivaled Boxing Talking News, Red Glove. You want to slide through. Only Myron Magnus, Double M, Red Glove Militant, Unrivaled Boxing Talking News. The only ones I want on my panel right now. Because I want to talk some real boxing. No disrespect to, anybody that's fans of boxing, but I really want to talk to my boys, and I really want to get this put out on some real talk. Floyd Mayweather said the dumbest shit in all captivity. He's gonna sit there and say, when they asked him, would he is Deontay Wilder gonna win the third fight? And Floyd Mayweather said out his own mouth, "Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm just tired of the narrative pushing, as always. I'm tired of all that BS that's going on. What's up, Ben? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Wilder, making excuses. And I'm gonna tell y'all something that I learned. Excuses are tools used by incompetents. Excuses are tools of incompetence used to build monuments of nothing. And those who often use them rarely do anything else except make excuses. I'm gonna repeat that one more time for y'all. Excuses are tools used by the incompetent, which build monuments of nothing. And people that use them seldomly use anything else but excuses. So Deontay Wilder will never give his opponent his just due. Deontay Wilder will never give the proper respect to any opponent, win, lose, or draw. And Deontay Wilder will never tell the truth. And anybody that supports that man is a liar, a manipulator, contradictor, all the shit. LDBC, BFTB, Blue Bloods, 78, all these dudes, all these cats, man. The fact that y'all will make an excuse for another grown man and you won't actually hold him accountable, and that's that's one of the major things about being an adult, is basically being accountable for your actions. And at this point, in this day and age, Wilder is the type of guy who will not choose to be accountable for his actions. What's up, Zach? Oh, shit. My bad, Zach, man. I hope you get better, man. Get well soon, bro. So, how I feel about Wilder, I'll never respect Wilder. Never. I don't care how cool he may seem outside of, all right, Red Glove, I'll catch you on the next one. Outside of boxing, I don't care if he's a cool guy outside of boxing. He could be the best dude ever outside of boxing. But really, though, what is he really? Is he really a good guy? Is he really? You got my boy Double M, man. What's up, Double M?
Peace and pugilism, champ. What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
I hear you a little bit. Yeah, I got you. Had to turn up. Had to turn the volume up. What is your take about Wilder talking about him being king and trying to exercise this third fight? Like, what is your take on this, Double M?
Well, I did my my live video on his King Instagram joint. I think I was one of the first ones to drop it, but I deleted it the day 10 hours later the next morning because some things I shouldn't have said. Should have brought his wife into it. So I deleted that.
Gotcha.
I never did part 2. But yeah, I think he's deluded. I think he's I don't know where the hell this man's mind is at. For real. I'm at loss for words for the most part. I had them that night when I did the video, but this dude is straight out of a goddamn comic book. He's straight out of a comic book.
How can
go ahead.
How can people support a man that lacks integrity the way he does? I don't see it.
Only simple-minded people can. I think you got to be simple-minded to do that. Now, is this to help generate publicity for the build up to the third fight? Possibly.
Right.
And if it is, it's a corny ass way to do it.
Weird.
Because I think they have to resort to something like this because he got his ass mollywopped.
Right. And I don't see, no one sees him changing anytime soon, style-wise.
He didn't get, look, bro, I could see if he had a fucking highlight. Look at the combined 2 fights. How many highlights do Wilder have over the combined 2 fights? There's 2 knockdowns. Fury's getting up after the second knockdown was way bigger than perhaps the knockdown itself it became. And now in the second fight, Wilder had 0 highlights. There's not much you could use. You can't use no significant names from fights before Wilder besides Luis Ortiz, right? Because any other names, we don't know who the fuck they are. It was 39 dishwashers. 39. And there's no disrespect to the fighters calling them dishwashers, but I'm trying to get the point across.
And we need to also elaborate on that when we say Wilder has fought nothing but bums, cab drivers, and all that. If you look at Wilder's resume, out of all his opponents, what are people saying about his opponents today? Are they saying that his opponents are future Hall of Famers? Are they saying his opponents are former champions? Is he fighting these caliber of fighters? And the answer is no. He is not fighting former world champions. He's not fighting constant top 10, top 5 opposition. So that's what we mean when we call guys bums or cab drivers. They are not top 5 or top 10 opposition. Let's be clear.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the clear up, because a lot of people think we just disrespecting fighters.
Right.
And everything. Fighters who get in the ring should, garner respect. And they do. We're just trying to push the points that they're no names, they're nobody, they're journeymen, they're whatever, but they're not top tier not even B-level fighters for the most, 95% of them. Right. So that's what we mean when we say dishwashers. Mm-hmm. But my man, Deontay Wilder, this dude is, he might be getting like a gypsy, the nut gate gypsy curse from one end. And then his woman, you know what? It was a chick inside the Mayweather gym who said it, best. Like his legs was gone before the fight because she shouldn't have been so close. He shouldn't have had his wife there with him the whole entire week leading up to the fight. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take a video of that and use it for the video. For one of my videos. She said, shit, what is this girl? It was a girl, boxer, who said, like, what's this woman there do with him the whole entire time there? She should have kept her away, and then he'd have been there. If his legs was gone, it wasn't she said if his legs was gone, it wasn't a costume, it was her. You know what I mean? Leading all the way up to the fight, all cuffed up. And I remember that he was in one scene, she was sitting up and he was leaning on her fucking shoulder and shit. Yeah. Just look like a straight Bama, Joe. The dude is a corny.
But either way, and I tell this to people all the time, if it was because he was having some form of intimacy with his fiance and or wife, or rather if it was from the costume situation, either way, no matter how you want to look at it, cook it, cut it, bake it, fry it, dye it, lay it to the side, it's still Deontay Wilder's fault for wearing that outfit. It's still Deontay Wilder's fault for not being disciplined and not trying to keep it in his pants.
300%. And his legs too goddamn skinny to be fucking up all the way to the week up to a fight. His legs too goddamn skinny. He's already on stilts. And he using all that goddamn back and legs to try to tap that booty real nice of his wife. Man, he was gone, bro. He was gone. And then the gypsy done been jacking off 7 weeks. Got a piece of his hair from the last fight. He was in double nude. Fuck. Pardon my friend. He didn't have no chance. Well, and he didn't either. This shit should be funny. We should be clowning this dude right now.
I feel like this. I feel like there's not too much more I could really say about the man. I've already said everything that happened.
I know, the night of him
Fury, I already said was going to happen sooner or later. So I feel like it was inevitable. Like it was inevitable to happen. It was going to be somebody. Me and Bruce Vane, shout out Bruce Vane, was talking about a week ago, and he was basically saying like we already knew that it was going to happen. We just didn't know who was going to do it.
We all knew it, right?
We didn't know if it was going to be Dillian White. We didn't know if it was going to be Tyson Fury, but we knew somebody was going to beat the living shit out of Wilder and expose him as the fraud fighter boxer he claims to be. And I think at this point, he has to keep that persona up because it's come a part of him. Like, he can't become this honest, upstanding American citizen all of a sudden. He can't do that.
He could dial that shit down. He could dial that shit down. And nowhere in hell, I ain't never think it would be Dillian White. I thought it'd be Joshua or Fury. But I ain't even think it was gonna be Fury. I thought Joshua would be the one to do it, to be all honest, not to try to switch it up on nobody. We all thought it would be Joshua to beat the living brains out his ass. But it turned out not to be that. I ain't never think it would be Dillian White. I thought it would be Joshua. And we thought it was a long shot at Fury to do it, but that's it.
Now, Myron. Now, you are of course, and I will say this. I will go on record and say this. You are the historian of the NBBC. So I would like for you to address this comment. This comment right here, not this comment right here. I'd like for you to address this comment.
Oh my God, are you serious? Why would you ask me to do something like this? Wilder is the greatest fighter since Jack Johnson.
And you can go back.
You don't need to be no historian. You don't need to be a historian, all right, to answer this goddamn question. You just have to have some inkling of, just not even common sense, but yeah, common sense, universal sense. You have to have some inkling of, first of all, who Deontay Wilder is, because a lot of people don't know him. We're going to know. This is the.
Oh, it's crazy. So, let me tell you something. Jack Johnson.
And bullshit. Yeah. Jack Johnson. But this dude knows this shit. This clown knows this shit. You should base his ass.
Jack Johnson.
He knows this.
Is by leaps and bounds a million times better fighter than Deontay Wilder. The things that I'm gonna just go on, just the things that Jack Johnson had to deal with as a black man in America, which makes him better than Wilder. Because I promise you, if you switch it, I bet you Jack Johnson will make more of his opportunities now in today's day and age than Deontay Wilder would have back then. I promise you.
Oh, absolutely. Jack Johnson was a businessman. He was very smart.
So, with that being said, there's no way that Deontay Wilder is the best heavyweight since Jack Johnson. I don't know what you guys tell yourselves or delusion that y'all are so caught up in to believe that out of all the heavyweight fighters that came before him, that he's even should be mentioned in the same sentence. Wilder is not a Hall of Famer. Okay? He's not a Hall of Famer in my opinion. I'm just going to call that spade a spade. Deontay Wilder is not a Hall of Famer. Okay? He's not a unified champ. He's not a multiple division champion, which I feel he should have did from jump. Should have cleared the cruiserweight division. Moved up.
He might not. Think that you're right. He might not make the Hall of Fame though. Yeah, he probably won't make the Hall of Fame right now.
I don't think he'll make. I think he'll always be a part of boxing lore because of the stuff he says, but the things that he says, the way that he carried his career, the people the stuff that people have done before him, it's like he don't compare. And to say that Wilder should be a Hall of Famer or is a Hall of Famer, I believe is disrespectful to the sport. I really feel like it's just disrespectful to the sport. Like, I don't think I'll go as far as I'm gonna go to a football narrative. I don't think who could I say? Because I think Devin Hester will go to the Hall of Fame, but I don't think he's a Hall of Famer because he just returned kicks. He's not a receiver. He's not a running back. He wasn't a good corner. All he did was return kicks. And all he did was return kicks in his rookie season. Past that, he wasn't nothing. So how would he go to the Hall of Fame? Oh, because he has the most kick returns for touchdowns of all time. That will be what may get him in there. And what people have told me what will get Deontay Wilder in the Hall of Fame would be the most
knockout percentage.
Yeah. That knockout percentage. Okay. That's what may get him into the Hall of Fame. They're not going to look at who, they're just going to look at the actual percentage.
I wasn't overlooking those when I was saying he probably won't get in. I was just hoping the people who control who goes in the Hall of Fame will overlook those.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't think no, I don't think in the flying dog shit that he's gonna get in there. Larry Holmes now that came out and spoke about Deontay Wilder. And
I didn't see that.
it's like,
What did Larry Holmes say? Elaborate.
yeah, it's out. It's out. I'm sure somebody in the chat has seen it. If you find the link, it was on some radio channel. He was on it for about 15, 20 minutes. If you find a link it here if you got it, if they're able to.
Okay.
But I'll link it afterward. But yeah, Larry Holmes came out, spoke about Wilder now. I mean, dude, he's just like, he went and then he didn't go as far as just Wilder. He was saying the corner didn't do their job. He included JD's and Mark Breland. He was going in. He was going in.
See, this is the thing. Wilder's the GOAT. You got Ali second, Joe Louis third, Foreman fifth, Jack Johnson fifth. You got Foreman fourth and Jack Johnson fifth. What has Deontay Wilder done more than either one of them from Ali to Jack Johnson? He hasn't done more for his people than Ali. He has done more for his people than Joe Louis. You know, he damn sure ain't did more for his people than Jack Johnson. So I don't see why you guys compare Wilder to the previous greats, but at the same time, you guys are delusional.
Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson
would made Jack Johnson's. I mean, the heavyweight that made tying up. I mean, more popular. Who started that? Jack Johnson was first to start tying up. That was just one of his tactics, defensive tactics. He'd punch and not get hit. Jack Johnson did not get hit a whole lot during his heavyweight reign. He probably got hit more in his last bout than he ever did. But he used to tie up. He used to tie the fighters up. You know what I mean? So they couldn't get off, break, and then go ahead and start piecing your ass up again like ridiculous. Yeah, good movement, everything. Yeah. He was ahead of his time.
I'm trying to tell you. You know, I realize that these guys are idol worshipers, man. I just come to realize you guys are idol worshipers. Calling him a king in a day and age when they're all kings and queens.
Yo, man. It's your king.
It's your king. You know,
it was a clownish ass shit I ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God.
He's no king to me.
To that.
You know, Shelly, Al.
Did his wife put him up to that?
Or his wife, you know, you never know. I wouldn't be surprised, you know. But
it's your king.
He's not my
king. We will rise from the ashes like the phoenix. He took that shit straight from motherfucking X-Men, man.
Yeah.
He said we will rise from the ashes like the phoenix.
He's trying to sound smart. He wants to sound educated. He wants to sound
this motherfucker. We gonna start calling him Jean Grey Wilder. Jean Grey Wilder. What the fuck? That's what the fuck he did. We gonna rise from the ashes like the phoenix. That's Jean Grey, motherfucker. So you're now Deontay Jean Grey Wilder.
Yeah, basically, I appreciate that, Jakal, man.
Well, he can start having babies now if he want to be Jean Grey. Shit, the Phoenix.
I appreciate that. Hold up, let me go back to that comment because that's some real talk. That is some real talk right there.
Deontay Jean Grey. Real quick. That is this Bama's new nickname. New name. No Wilder. Deontay Jean Grey. Yeah. Or Jean Grey Deontay. Which one sounds Jean Grey? And it rhymes and shit too, right? So which one sound like, you know what I mean, like the new perfume or cologne and shit? Deontay Jean Grey. That's the new Sean John. That's the new Sean John, lineup coming out. Deontay Jean Grey. That's some smooth shit, right? Crazy. It'd be the perfume for clowns.
Ha! Straight clowns. But hold up. I'm trying to get it, but I got other comments coming in real fast, and I was trying.
Do you buy oils? Do you get oils? Do you get oils? You know, You know, guys got the oils and shit, be selling on the corner and all that. The Muslim oils, the dope shit.
With the incense and all that, and the bean
Can
pies.
you imagine just walking up to one of? Yeah, can you imagine walking up to her and say, "Yo, you got that new Deontay Jean Grey?" Oh yeah, I got that shit. Swell. That shit smell good as a motherfucker. Shit fly like hotcakes. Yeah, I would give me a $5 bottle of that Deontay Jean Grey. That should be, man. Come on, you got something right there.
Yeah, but what Jamaican said, he said that Fury is king of Wakanda. If you ask me, because you know Wilder says he's the king of Wakanda. You know, he thinks he's the king of Wakanda, and if you want to go by the terms of Wakandans, you just got your ass beat. So you're no longer the king. You got dethroned. So you can't claim to be a king. You just got dethroned.
You need to bury this Wakanda bullshit. Because when they talk about Wakanda, they actually are referring to an actual country in Africa, but they're just not encoded. They're just not saying that. They're talking about the Congo. Because Congo's produce more precious metals that's used. No, yeah, Congo produces. If you control the Congo, you control Africa. So Congo, then you have the Congo, the two other break countries, because they're broken down the Congo and 2-3 other countries around. Ever since Patrice Lumumba, but the Congo is real popular, and Africa's popular for their what's it called, the PCMs, wherever it's precious metal underground that's used to make our phones, computers, and everything. All that's located heavily in the Congo. So that's why the Chinese is going there. That's why everybody's going there. Cobalt, it produces everything. It's people in there that know what they're talking about. But it's called precious metal, be it PMBs or PCMs. But that's all that's quite 60% of it used in the world comes out of the Congo.
Bad.
That's major money.
I'm going to send you the link right now, Mark. Like I said,
it's not just cobalt.
Mark, Gun Rights Mafia. If you come up in here, feel free to slide on.
Pure Life, yes, PCMs. Thank you.
But Terrell Knox said, I feel like Wilder's getting unfair treatment, though, like Ryan Garcia, people just hate on them for no reason. AJ got praised in defeat, but now that it's Wilder and they're doing everything to ruin his reputation. Okay. When Anthony Joshua lost, nobody said anything too really good about that fight. I didn't even say nothing good about AJ. I said AJ quit. I'm going to be the first to say, what's up, Colin? I'm going to be the first to say that I shitted on AJ when he lost to Andy Ruiz. So I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. Okay. Like I'm not gonna sit up there and make it seem like, oh, I pity patted AJ from the Andy Ruiz loss and I made excuses. I didn't make no excuses. I will, for one, tell you firsthand, I said AJ quit. I said it. I was on AJ head when he lost to Ruiz. So don't say that, you know, oh, y'all, we treating Wilder unfair. No, I'm getting on Wilder because Wilder was saying all that bullshit. And then when you actually see that he really can't fight a real top fighter, now y'all want me to be something, nigga? Fuck that. Hell no. What's up, Mark?
Yeah, I've called AJ and Wilder the same person. Although AJ is a notch above for his ability, but I said AJ has a much better PR and much more money backing him. And
what's up,
smarter team.
Yeah, what up, Bill? What's up, Myron? How's it going, boys?
Nothing much, man. Just wanted to elaborate on this. Wilder saying he's king and he ain't my king. He don't like all this BS going on with Wilder. I'm not having it. I'm not with it. I don't support it. And I'm a black man and I don't support it.
He was talking to Wilder Nation, not us, bro.
I think in a way though he was talking to you, but not in that way. So I have two.
Mark trying to be funny and shit.
No, hold on. I'm not trying to be funny. Hold on. Hear me out. I think there's two. I think there's two stages. There's two different theories on it that I rock with. One is that Wilder is mentally broken the fuck down after losing in the manner in which he lost, which would make sense. You go from being labeled by many the most feared puncher in the world, and then the next day you're a laughing stock and there's millions of memes all over the world and you're a joke, right? So he's either one, got mentally crazy and lost his damn mind, or two, he's talking to the boxing fans at large. One, his supporters, to get them to believe in him. That's why all the excuses to sell the third fight, because he's no option. He can't go anywhere else. He can't go over to AJ. AJ ain't going to give him a voluntary. He can't get a world title anywhere else other than cashing in with Fury. So he's speaking to you as in to make you dislike him even more so that you tune in. That I tune in.
There you go. There you go. I agree, Mark. I said that at the beginning. Real talk. That's the only thing he's going to help this use is to play the bit of the third fight.
Yeah.
Because he's right. Mark is right. He has no other ways to go. But he could do that Super 6. He could do that heavyweight Super 6, though. I mentioned.
He won't make it.
Yeah, but to do the Super 6
contract.
To do the Super 6, we need the Super 6 tournament to take place.
It have to be a tournament. It could be a fight card, like we set up, a 3-way contract.
I'd love to see that, but I don't see it happening. Unfortunately,
it's possible.
I'd love to see it.
It depends on how they work this step aside money. They could put that in there, do a 3-way contract. Now, like I said in the video, would it probably happen? No, but it's definitely possible if it's been done in the. It's not something that hasn't been done in the past. So that's my point.
So, what's your take on Floyd Mayweather saying that if Deontay Wilder is trained by him, he'll win the third fight?
I think that's
hold on, before they answer that, why did you think? My bad, Mark. 1 second, I just want to ask DC3 this question. Why did you think that was the dumbest thing in captivation when he said that? I heard you.
What, when he said what? Hold on, let me remind me.
You said Mayweather said the dumbest thing in captivity or something when he said that.
When he said that he'll train, he ain't going because he won't. He's really Floyd is no trainer. Floyd is a shitty ass promoter / manager. All Floyd care about is himself. Being a promoter and a manager, you kind of gotta put yourself aside and put other people before you that go against who Floyd Mayweather is. So for him to
I don't think he just care about himself. I disagree with you there. I don't think he just.
I'm not gonna say with his family or his real close. I'm talking about with the fighters. And I feel like if you're gonna be a trainer, if you're training somebody, if anything, you should be training Gervonta Davis because that's your protege. That's your cash cow for you. That's your money maker. So if you're gonna be a trainer, if you're not training Gervonta, well, he's never in Gervonta's corner. When you see
Gervonta does have his own trainer though. Gervonta does have his own trainer, and Gervonta fought not to his trainer. They tried to get rid of his trainer, remember? And Gervonta fought against that.
Right. So Floyd ain't training nobody, and he ain't finna train Deontay Wilder. He just saying that just to say it because he want to just look like something instead of actually being something. I do believe if he, with the tutelage that he's had coming up, he should be a great trainer. But with his ego and his personas, representation, his persona and his company and all that he represents, I don't think he'll do it. I don't think he'll ever be a trainer because as a trainer, you have to put the fighter before you. And Floyd is a selfish individual, so I don't see him ever doing that. Ever.
Okay.
Ever in life. But
My bad, Mark. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, Mark.
What was the question again?
We're gonna move on.
What do you think about Floyd Mayweather's comment?
Yeah, what you think about Floyd Mayweather's comment about training Deontay Wilder? And then we're gonna move on to Garcia and Vargas.
This is just my take. You could take Eddie Futch out of the grave and give him back everything he had. Unless Wilder lands a clean punch on Tyson Fury, like he's not ever gonna beat him in a boxing match. It's just all wrong for him. It doesn't matter who trains him. Never mind someone who's never trained somebody.
All right, there you have it. Now I'm gonna ask Mark this, and then I'm gonna go to Double M because I was thinking about it was round 3. Round 3, Mark. I was thinking about you. Round 3 of the Jesse Vargas, Mikey Garcia fight. I was like, I think Mark is eating this shit up right now. What do you think about that fight, Mark?
I don't know. I thought it was a good fight. It was crazy. I don't don't remember it round by round, but I thought it was a crazy fight. I thought it was back and forth. I thought Vargas was putting it on Mikey. For credit to Mikey for knocking him down in round 5. It was a good fight.
Right.
It was
Great
a good
fight.
fight. Like
Very good.
second best fight on the card, but it was a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. I don't even know, man. I don't think Mikey Garcia is cut out for 147. To be honest with you, this is a past at 140 pounder, and Jesse Vargas is just ballooning up in weight and struggling with subpar competition like Thomas Delorme. I mean, he arguably lost to Thomas Delorme. So, what's Mikey gonna do if he gets in there with a real cane? You know, just to. I don't know. I think Errol already beat the crap out of him. Porter would beat the crap out of him. I think Crawford beats the crap out of him. I mean, Manny would probably beat the crap out of him. I think Danny Garcia would probably beat him. I mean, I don't think he's at that level. I think Ugas would probably beat Mikey at 147. I think he should go down to 140 and fight Regis Prograis. I think that's a good fight.
Prograis, lefty, awkward. Good movement. Yeah. Prograis would give him problems, though. What's your take on the Vargas Garcia fight, Dolan?
I think, to be honest, I think Earl Spence, even though Mike did that much, I think Earl Spence hurt his confidence and pride, and he needed a bounce back fight in the 147 to save face and to help build up some more confidence and pride, and that's why he chose Jesse Vargas. You know what I mean?
I think he should stay there. I think he should move down.
Huh?
I think he should move down, but go ahead.
I agree too. I agree, but I think he didn't want to leave the 147 until he, in some way, redeemed himself. Well, had redemption. You know what I'm saying? In some way, shape, or form to help build back some of his self-esteem, confidence, and everything from the beating he got from Earl Spence. So that's why I think he didn't just run away and run back down. And sometimes
do you see Mikey being a world champion?
47?
Do you see Mikey being at 140? Do you see Mikey being a world champion at 140?
No. Not if he don't if he gets to Josh Taylor before Ramirez does, perhaps. Maybe. I mean, but that's going to be a 50-50 fight. But I think, like I said before, I think Ramirez eventually, if how it stands right now, I think he'll become undisputed.
Okay.
If it goes his course.
Do you think that Mikey takes too long to get going? Do you guys think Mikey takes too long to get the juices going? Because he did take a lot of punishment the first 4 rounds from Vargas, from the jab. I mean, Vargas' jab was nice the first 3-4 rounds. It was beautiful.
I think
his left hook he was getting caught with the left hook too. So I
think he does the same thing Floyd Mayweather does. He's some fighters do. They take their time. People are calling it a slow start. What the fighter's doing those first course of 2 or 3 rounds is getting the timing down and learning where they can go in, enter, with their attack, and learning where they can, control the distance at. So I think it's a more processing thing because Mikey Garcia is very analytical and cerebral. So I think it's not a slow, like he's just starting slow. He just gathered information, and by the time the 3rd round came, he started landing his 1-2 ridiculously because he had then, figured out process Jesse Vargas' movements, the timing. And then when he felt, okay, now I see it, and he started countering it from what he learned in the first 2 or 3 rounds, then boom, he's off and running.
So, Mark, I'm going to ask you this question, Mark. Do you see Manny Pacquiao beating Mikey Garcia, and why?
Yes, because he's better than him.
Where do you see him being better than him?
He's faster than him. His feet are better than his. He's able to read you better. He's able to get in and out of pocket better. Mikey Garcia is kind of straightforward. He adapts 1-2. He tries to time you. he'll look for a big two on Manny, but like people seem to think Manny's got a weak chin because he got chinned with a perfect punch from Marquez. Mikey don't hit like that. I also feel as though Manny's actually bigger than Mikey. Even though he started so low, he's filled out in his way through the years, and he's been a welterweight over a decade.
Yeah.
Over a decade. Mikey's already looking fleshy across his midriff, whereas Manny, his body's just ripped now. Even at 42. The only way like Mikey beats him is if Manny's shot. Like if he just is shot overnight. That's being honest. The dude just beat Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman put an absolute beating on Mikey Garcia at 147.
I agree. I feel like Manny his feet is too good. I think Mikey Garcia is too flat-footed for Manny. He was pretty much to me too flat-footed for Jesse Vargas. Because the first 2 rounds, Jesse was popping that jab, catching him with the left hook. You know what I'm saying? The looping left hook. He was just catching him with stuff that I really felt that Mikey should have been getting caught with. And you could tell that the 47 weight, it don't serve Mikey very well. When he fights top guys at 47, they're going to pummel him. You know, like you saw how his face was after the Vargas fight. He looked like he just been in a whole war. Like he just went life and death. So
well, he did
no
go
way
life and
I feel
death.
Like
now I will say
you know what I'm
this.
saying? So, go ahead.
My apologies. If he has better chances of beating. Now, to be honest with you, I didn't even think of Manny Pacquiao or Earl Spence. I'm just thinking of Terrence Crawford. I don't know why. My mind's on Terrence Crawford for to take the division. But if he doesn't have Earl Spence already beat the crap out of Mikey Garcia. And I would think the only chance he do have of getting a belt will be the Manny Pacquiao route. I don't think Manny Pacquiao would just run through Mikey Garcia. I don't think he would. But I would favor Manny, but that would be the best. His best chance to get the belt is by Manny Pacquiao. But I do favor Manny, but not like a long shot, not by like no landslide.
Okay.
Pretty close.
I favor Manny unanimous decision. I think it is going to be a unanimous decision. I think Manny is going to put a boxing clinic on Mikey Garcia because it was something I just saw in Mikey for the second time that I don't study Mikey. And I just started studying Mikey after the Earl Spence fight and just watching the Earl Spence fight and then watching him fight in the Vargas fight. I said, hey, man, Mikey too planted on his front foot. Mikey not on his toes. Mikey stay planted like he hella flat-footed. So if you are moving, you're mobile, you agile and hostile, you'll give Mikey fits. That's why I think Robert Easter thought he was going to beat him.
But Mikey Garcia do have the one kryptonite for Pacquiao, and that is a great straight right.
Pacquiao does have a kryptonite. He has a kryptonite though for Mikey Garcia. That's how fast his damn feet are, and that's straight left.
True, but it's not as fast as they used to be. And the longer he waits, I'm not thinking it's gonna, it's not gonna favor him, because I think somebody like Manny needs to keep going. He's having these long layoffs between fights. He's not getting younger.
I think, but also Manny has a high work rate too. Like Manny's a combination puncher, and Mikey Garcia is like a 1-2.
True.
1-2-3.
But see,
2-3-2
work rate
like
versus Thurman.
God.
What was Manny's work rate versus
enough to
Thurman?
Get him
Wasn't that good? He threw a lot of jabs.
It was enough to get him a win.
Not in my book, but officially, but not in my book. Just how y'all say Fury won that fight, I say Thurman won that fight. So, and I said that, and I picked it that day after, and while the fight was on, I picked Thurman because I went live on that. So all I'm saying is Pacquiao outnumbered Thurman in something like 80 more jabs than Thurman. But Pacquiao, we don't know, like I said back in the past 100 times, Pacquiao's not known for beating nobody with no damn jab. It's the power. Keith Thurman outlanded Pacquiao by 70 more power punches, bro. You feel me? Pacquiao jab don't hurt nobody. So, you go look at the stats.
Can I just say one thing to Thurman, though? One thing to Thurman. and this is all credit to Keith Thurman, he throws a hell of a lot more punches than Mikey Garcia round per round.
Yes.
Mikey's never been able to increase his volume. You need to go volume for volume. You ain't just going to 1-2 and nick around against Pacquiao. You ain't going to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way he's going to be able to sit there and try to walk Manny or try to bully Manny and just with the 1-2 or with that one thudding jab that Manny is really going to get away from and counter with a right hook every time. So
unless you Floyd and you can time everything down to a perfect T, like you've got the best reflexes or timing in the sport, you can't just 1-2 with that guy. You've got to fight with him. And that's the problem for Mikey. He's going to lose on speed and volume. He's not as quick as him.
I just think Manny will get him just off his footwork and the volume punching. Because I just think Mikey too flat-footed. And he only throw 1 or 2, maybe a third punch. Maybe. That's a big maybe. But he usually – and the thing is also, I learned is also a problem. I do it too when I train. I'm trying to get out of it myself. So I'm speaking from my own experience as well. He's looking for the perfect shot every time. I started in the fight. He's looking to land that clean shot. Like he wants that.
Mikey Garcia.
Yeah, he's looking for that clean shot. That's what he's looking for. He's not looking to just, set up shots and catch you. You know how you'll throw, they'll tell you when you train boxing, throw 3, 4, maybe even 5 punch combinations. I guarantee one of them gonna land. And I don't think Mikey is that type of fighter. He's only going to throw if he feels confident enough that it will land. That's what I saw in the Errol Spence fight and what I saw in the Jesse Vargas fight. He only throws if he feels it's going to land. Charles D in the building. UGC. We got Mob in the building. What's up, Mob?
What it do, King? Mark, Double M. What's up?
What's going on? But also, like I said to you, a lot of people before, man, when it came to the Deontay Wilder Fury fight, my boy Gun Rights Mafia was in Vegas. He was there. He saw the atmosphere. He could tell you himself the atmosphere in America, in Vegas, was pro Fury, which I do have a problem with because Wilder is the American champion. It's on his soil. And yet and still he have people coming from a whole other country to sell out or partially sell out a venue, and they are supporting the foreign fighter more than the domestic fighter.
Of course, of course. I told you it was pro UK. You feel me out here pretty much from Thursday all the way to Sunday.
Which makes entirely no sense because if Wilder is this American heavyweight champion, and based on Larry Merchant's words, fuck Larry Merchant, but he's the last black hope for America.
I can't believe he said that shit.
Oh my God. But anyway, so with that being said, and all you guys like this ego cat, this fake ego troll account, and these other cats, why y'all don't support your boy? Why y'all get on the internet and become these chat warriors, but yet and still y'all not selling out Wilder's fights? Y'all y'all wouldn't talk all that shit to the UK cats after the fight.
Hey, DT3. With that statement made by, what something made me think when I heard about that with Larry Merchant making that statement is how did you feel when he said that?
How did I feel? I used to watch HBO boxing. I used to think that Larry Merchant was very annoying. He used to annoy me or whatever, especially with his questions. But when I saw that to me, that let me see Larry in his element. Like Larry looked like that old World War II veteran that probably still had slaves. You know what I'm saying? He looked like that dude that still had a couple niggas in the back chained up. You know what I'm saying? He looks like that.
Okay. Well, check this out. Do you imagine if he was Floyd Mayweather, had to be standing in front of that motherfucker all those years and receiving those dumbass questions? Can you see now, maybe understand why Floyd lashed out at his ass sometimes?
I completely understand why Floyd lashed out, because didn't Shirley...
Okay, that's all I wanted to ask. That's all I wanted to ask, man.
He left HBO after...
How would he say some shit like that just to fucking... And he's just like... he just like antagonized the whole situation with that fucking statement. I'm like, Larry, oh fuck.
Yeah, like
okay.
Larry really showed like he don't respect black people, you know, and he looks down on us, and that's really
well,
what
I don't know. I ain't saying all that because I don't know. He just may be way with fucked up words. I ain't saying all that about him, but I just know. I mean, I'm not defending him in no way because I don't know the man. I just never picked up on stuff like that, and maybe he has free range to say what he wants to say on that joint. But I just noticed that him saying some shit, I'm like, okay, maybe Floyd. That's what Floyd don't like that dude. Him and that dude always, him and Floyd Mayweather always went back and forth and shit. Because, you know, I was just like, Jones, he wasn't like that. Maybe he's not like that with people who go with the system, how the big wigs wanted to go. But any fighters that buck the system, like a Floyd Mayweather.
But Wilder going with the system, he doing whatever his, no disrespect to the particular crowd of people, but he's doing whatever his white counterparts are telling him to do. Whatever they're telling him to do, that's what he's doing. You know, like,
right? But he stands out like a sore thumb.
Like, and we're supposed to touch on that JDS thing. Have you got any new information or any new insight on JDS Double M?
JD's, no, I ain't, no, okay, we gotta say that for DT Magnus. This it's written down on to the side and everything, and I got a couple of more videos archive to go watch on them. But that JD's dude, I was listening to boxing. I went to listen to Boxing Ego a little bit earlier today. It was other people saying he need to get rid of JD's too. So that shit's going around, bro. Everybody knows. I mean, they're protecting this man, but everybody knows this man need to be up out of there because he's the what you call it? What's the saying? The sore thumb or something, whatever that don't belong. You know what I mean? He's the elephant in the room that don't belong there. Like, what the fuck are you doing here, really? But like you said, if he's one of his managers and he might have him under contract, I guess he ain't going anywhere.
Who knows? It's the same thing.
He might have Wilder under contract and shit. I don't know.
I was just gonna say that. I think Wilder is under that Al Haymon contract. And for those who don't know what the Al Haymon contract is, the Al Haymon contract is, let's say Mob and Double M are two of my fighters, right? Now, I am not allowed to be a promoter by law, but I'm allowed to manage. So I have Double M as one of my fighters. I got Mob as one of my fighters. So they can't fight. I sent them a contract where they signed to where they cannot fight nobody unless I say it's cool. Unless I'm able to get the referees, the venue, I pick, your opponent. I have to fully agree with that. And if Double M or Mob were to go to the zone or Top Rank and take a fight without my permission, I can sue them. I recently saw that, and it's actually true because I went to Goodfella Sports TV. Shout out Goodfella Sports TV. He read the article about fighters being signed to Al Haymon. And basically, if Al Haymon don't say it's a go, it is not a go. That's why Jamal, when he was emailed that contract, he didn't respond because he cannot say yay or nay. He has to talk to Al first, say, Al, what do I do? So all this, they're their own boss and all that, that's a lie. It's not true. It's just smoke and mirrors to basically throw wool or a cover over your head. But these fighters are not their own boss. They are not making the final decision for their career and their lifestyle as far as boxing is concerned. So these guys are basically under that Al Haymon deal. And if Al Haymon don't say it's okay, they're not doing it. That's why they keep saying, ask Al, talk to Al, go talk to Al, go see Al.
True. I get tired of hearing that.
That's why they're saying go talk to Al, because when that contract was sent to Jamal Charlo, and he responded and was like, man, send that to Al, man. Send it to Al, man. That lets you further know, bro. These dudes, they don't want no smoke, and they not their own.
Dead cow. You're beating a dead cow in the head right now. It's the same as why is always other fighters and other stables are making the offers. And if you notice, PBC and these fighters in their supposedly individual promotions are making no offers at all.
Top rank too. Y'all,
Yeah,
Bob, you up
that's what I say. Everybody. I'm saying all the stables, they make the offers. PBC makes offers to nobody outside the stable. If anybody ever noticed that, who's a casual and have not been paying attention, PBC makes, and these fighters make no offers to other people. That should ring a bell. You know,
I understand that you earn with Hearn, but Eddie Hearn gonna put you in there with whoever. You gotta understand. You can't just look at that like one way. You can't look at, oh, you get more money with Eddie Hearn, but Eddie Hearn will put your ass in there with a killer. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Hearn don't have no biasness about putting you in there with a top level opposition opponent. He don't have no rejection or no neglect for that.
He has to as well. He has to.
Yeah, you can't get caught up in, oh, you earn with Hearn, blah, 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 but you could also get fucked up with Eddie Hearn too. Let's just keep it all the way real. I'm not saying Eddie Hearn is bad. At this point, he's like the lesser of the three evils, if you want to be technical, So.
He has to create, he's under pressure, immense pressure, Eddie Hearn, to create the best cards possible as well for DAZN USA, because they're still trying to solidify themselves in the market. So he can't, any of the best cards available, possible, he's going to make them, because he has to make DAZN's presence more felt in America and get their fair share.
And
so he definitely has to do that.
This division, this heavyweight division, is the worst heavyweight division in boxing history, in my opinion. I say that because nobody gets respect for their resume. The only person I actually really, without the shadow of a doubt, don't get too much arguments about their resume is Anthony Joshua. I do get arguments about it. I'm not saying I don't. But when I speak about Wilder, Fury, Dillian White, Anthony Joshua, as far as resumes are concerned, I get less drawback, less retention, less resistance when I talk about AJ's resume. But when I talk about Fury's resume, when I talk about Wilder's resume, everybody says that Fury's fought bums. Everybody says either Wilder's fought the best level opposition or he's fought bums. So I'm here to just my opinion, even though I do feel it's factual, but I have to say that for saving face sake. But in my opinion, this heavyweight division is garbage. Hot garbage.
You could say that. Go ahead, Double M.
What about during the Klitschko era?
That's what I was about to say right now. I was about to say right after Lennox Lewis retired, that little span, that was kind of weak too.
For real, right?
Yeah. It's just like it ain't been right since, and it's just like I feel like this.
It's been non-existent that whole 10 years. If you notice that.
Right. And then all of a sudden AJ come and then it's like, people start talking about it, but they just start talking about it because they got this pretty boy that just won the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? And he a heavyweight. So he brought a lot of pizzazz. He brought a lot of spark to the division. Now, mind you, like I said, Wilder was pro and heavyweight champion when Anthony Joshua was amateur. Why wasn't he the man then? Wilder should have been the cash cow right then if he was everything that everybody say that he is today. So my thing is the heavyweight division of today sucks. All right. If you ask me, the heavyweight division sucks. The only division
it's going to get better though. It's always a down period.
Yeah,
it's going to get better. It's going to go through a cycle. It's going to bounce back, and it's going to have the eras of like Tyson, Holyfield, Bo, Lennox. That will be back, and it will be back even in America. It's just that we're going to have to go through our drought like everybody else in the world has.
And my thing
had major significance and contribution to heavyweight boxing and boxing.
Right. Boxing is just like music, bro. It always circled itself around from one area to the next. The South had it, the East had it, the West had it, and it's gonna circle itself back around again.
South had it, Midwest had it. Yeah, you're right. What's up, Two Hands? We got Deuce in the building. But I just don't feel like right now it's not the heavyweight boxing don't have no pizzazz. Like I was just gonna say, the only divisions, in my opinion, that have real depth is welterweights, lightweights, and middleweights. Like those the three divisions have depth. You know, where you can basically mix and match a lot of fights. You can make a lot of fights happen in those divisions versus the heavyweight division. You can make some fights happen, but what are the fights in the heavyweight divisions that people really are clamoring about or really, you know, like bitching about? What fights in the heavyweight division that people really want to see?
I mean, the heavyweight division is just talked about because it's one of the most prestige divisions in the boxing game since the beginning of time. It's always going to be like, you know, heavyweight, middleweight, welterweight, and lightweight. That's pretty much it as far as like the most watched divisions. All the rest of the divisions, they gotta have like a star or something in that division in order to get attention like that. You feel me? 126, you might could say that too with Gary Russell, Leo, and Shakur. But I'll be looking at like 118, 122. It's like at least a good 15 killers right there that I can match up with each other. You feel me?
Right. They deep in them lower weight classes, and it's kind of sad that I've heard, I haven't been hearing like a lot, but I've heard how a lot of people are interested in the little guys. They are not interested in little guys. They don't care about it at all.
That's why we need people like a Nui. We need people like a Nui, you know, to match up with like a Ray Vargas, and then maybe get Rigo in there somewhere to bounce back with one of them killers. Then you got Luis Nuer. You still got Nordine. You can't count out Nornito because he gave Anui a good shot, and he might get the belt from Nordine. You feel me? So that might be a rematch for the undisputed for all four belts. I mean, it's good. If you watch boxing, bro, and you like, we talk about this all the time, the difference between motherfuckers who love fighters and motherfuckers who love the sport in general. And if you love the sport in general, you got 17 weight classes to watch. Damn near every week there's fights on, bro. If you keep contact and you know, you got all your little apps and networks and shit. If you fuck with all of them, you should get good fights every week if you fuck with all 17. But if you a casual and you just watch lightweight or like the niggas who we know, like that be on TMZ and be in the media face all the time, and you know, the household name, if you just fuck with that, bro, you missing a lot of good boxing out here. That's why I'll be telling DT, like, nigga, it's 17 weight divisions we could talk about. We don't have to talk about Wilder. We don't have to talk about AJ all the time. We don't have to talk about Canelo. It's other motherfuckers in this game, homie, who doing shit. It's a motherfucker who almost 150-0, but niggas don't know about him because he in the lower weight classes. You feel me?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I was hella mad. I was like, why ain't nobody talking about him? He just broke Floyd Mayweather's record. He just broke that 50-0 shit. He like, what, 52-0 or some shit like that now? Or 53-0 or some shit? Nobody talking about that. Nobody's talking about him.
And the thing is, the lighter divisions can be way more exciting to watch, man. Real talk.
Facts, bro. They go to wars.
Ridiculous. You see some really like, you see some, they ain't just land like jabs. They throwing leather at each other, bro. And that shit go 10 rounds and these motherfuckers are beat to a pulp. You be like, God damn, you might not even want to turn away. I'd be like, so I've had much more fun seriously watching some lightweight division fights. Like again, 135 and down, way more. 126, 122, way more than the heavier divisions where they want to keep staying away and looking at each other and scared to throw a punch because one motherfucker don't want to get hit with the wrong punch.
So tell me this, Double M, was the fight between Chocolito and old boy better than Vargas and Mikey? Did you see both fights?
Well, I heard the Harris fight was the best. I didn't watch none of those.
But I'm talking about as far as people who we know, as far as household names who we know, that fight between Chocolito and your fight was way better than the Vargas and Jesse and Mikey fight.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard from the fans. And I heard that fight Harris and the other guy, who's the guy Harris fought?
You talking about the fight before that?
Yeah, what they said the
Yeah.
white boy that
Yeah, that was a good
UK
fight.
boy.
That was a good fight too. That was a good fight too. Them is two up and coming names and shit. You know, you gotta if you go on the De La Hoya, the Oscars, Golden Boy Promotions, bro, they got a lot of fighters who like 15-0, 10-0, and like all knockouts too. It's just that they don't get televised a lot. So
Right.
we gotta see them get matched up with like some of these undercards in order to see them, on a global scale. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you really got them channels that be taping that shit, you feel me? It's hard to find it unless you streaming some shit, but
or using a VPN.
You gotta get it how you live.
Yeah.
Ultimate asks a question. He says, DT3 Boom Man, why do you guys think Wilder refuses to work on his skills? Is it pure stubbornness?
That's because, like Kokimo said it best the other day. He said, Wilder keep them program himself like all he needs is the right hand. He feel like he doesn't need to work on anything else. So he's been. I mean,
that's how I feel. I feel that he relied on that so much, and just like Teddy said, it always bails him out. You feel me? It always bails him out. So mentally, if you got an equalizer that always bails you out, and it's been successful for like 42 fights, I mean, it's hard to get a motherfucker to look another way. It's hard. It's just like if you working and you making millions and millions of dollars, and a motherfucker try to come to you with a good idea, it's gonna be hard to steer you from what the fuck you've been doing to try something new. It's just like that saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And motherfuckers think like that. You feel me?
But the thing is, the open joke is on him. It's an open joke on Wilder in that sense because it's them bailed him out versus B level and C level opponent. Now we just seen how it bail him out versus a true A tier opponent. No, he got his ass mollywopped.
It works.
So he's an open joke.
It works.
It's working against. It works.
I didn't say it would. I didn't say that it always gonna work. I already told niggas when you get a boxer who's not afraid to get knocked out and get in the inside, Wilder was gonna get his ass tore up.
I'm just saying.
I know.
Wilder. You know what I mean? The open joke is on him because it done bailed him out versus bum level fighters. But he ain't been fighting nobody good on some superficial bullshit.
And
it bailed you out against bums. They ain't gonna bail you out against these real motherfuckers.
Wilder has skills, man, that knows you guys don't know shit about boxing. Wilder was hit behind the head, threw off balance.
Wilder was hit behind the head, but how many times did he hit Fury behind the head at the first fight? Let's talk about that. Since you want to bring up getting hit behind the head, because I could have sworn Showbiz showed like about 4 times behind the head that first fight. But y'all bitching about one fucking slip punch because he ducked his head. That's a part of boxing, bro. You feel me? You can't stop your punch in midair just because a nigga ducked. You feel me? Like, stop it, bro. Y'all trolling.
When the kettle calls the pot black. Or hot. You got the kettle calling the pot hot and black and hot. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy, man. Oh, that's what you call selective seeing and selective hearing. I love to see that shit. You got selective seeing and selective hearing. You selected not to see Wilder throw rabbit punches his entire fucking career, hitting motherfuckers in the back of their head like crazy.
Facts. Just like he said, I train with a 40-pound vest, but 40 pounds hurt you just walking from your dressing room to the fucking ring. But you train a minimum of an hour with that motherfucker on. That's what you claim. But now all of a sudden it's an issue. Like I said, bro, stop it. These are the same weirdo motherfuckers who in love with that nigga, bro.
What's up, Rago? What's going on, man?
Selective sight.
What's up, Rago?
They ain't fans, Double M. They groupies.
The
you know what?
Subs.
I'm glad you said that, Mob. I'm glad you said that. And I was going to speak on that before we get up out of here,
industry
man.
Subs.
Yeah, bro. They just free subs. Wilder don't got no real fans, bro. He got a bunch of groupies that make excuses because don't nobody make more excuses than Wilder than a woman going through a domestic dispute. Don't make no good damn sense, man. You know, it just is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, man. But I gotta slide out of here, man. I want to send a special shout out to, of course, Go Beats Mode, Premise on the beat. If you haven't subscribed to him, go subscribe to him ASAP. That's who been. That's the music I've been playing was Nipsey Hussle, Hustle and Motivate, Premise on the beat, and of course my outro, Go Beats Mode, Ambush, Raft. I want to thank everybody for sliding on the panel. I want to thank Rago for sliding on. I want to thank Double M for sliding on, and of course I gotta thank my boy Gun Rights Mafia, aka Mob, for sliding on the panel, man. Appreciate y'all, man. God bless.
Good looking, peace. I'll see you on the next one, peace.